Hey there! Sad, poor, unfortunate souls. Version 2 here. With part 3 of the worst thing in Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney history. We're continuing Turnabout Big Top today. And I don't want to. But, unfortunately, it does count as a video game, barely. So we have to do it. So let's just continue. I cannot wait for annoying things in the witness stand. I cannot wait to have to jump through hoops, like circus hoops that are flaming, to get Akro busted for wanting to murder a teenager, even though the game basically spelled it out for us and it's incredibly blatantly obvious how and why he did it. And I can't wait to jump through all the hoops to try and prove it. It's gonna be so exciting! December 30th, 9:41 AM. District Court, defendant lobby number 5. Good morning, Max. We've seen 3 from Moa's Jester. That works. That works. We were talking about before this, before the thing started, about how we're gonna get a Mo spin-off Devil May Cry game. What is the voice for Max? I'll be honest, I always forget. Oh yeah! Good morning, sweeties! I'm just doing that. I don't give a shit. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm walking up to it. Who's teeing? Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Regina, why are you bringing milk? Hi. I have something in my eye. That isn't just a disdain for this case. I'm pretty sure one of my eyelashes came out as in my eye. My eyelashes have been falling out a lot lately. Is that a sign of, like, several cancers? Hair falling out. That's also from the chemo a bit. Ow. I could really feel it in there. Sorry. Ah, goodness. Ah, Jesus Christ. Well, I'm just gonna have a busted left eye for this. Don't worry about it. How fabulous! My sweetie pie princess who is 16 years old! You came to watch my performance today. Of course I did. Oh my god, it's really bad. Ah, Jesus Christ. Ah. Yeah. Ah, I'm almost positive it's an eyelash. And it's just like fallen underneath my eyelid. Yeah. Oh, Jesus, that is really irritating. Can't see I've turned about Big Top as a positive. Mo told me that I should come and watch this. Mo said that. Mo wants you to see how all this is gonna go down. So, what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end? It's another misfortune, not that you needed one. It's very irritating. It's very irritating. I didn't feel before the stream started, but at some point I was just like, oh, okay, now I can feel that. It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties? Huh? I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't... Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on. Or even where she is. I haven't seen Ashley Regina before. She looks wrong somehow. As long as you're not saying that she looks beautiful and you want to marry her, Doodles, it's a better response. That's a better response than every other character in this fucking game is having. Actually, Max actually translated really well, surprisingly. I gotta go and have a look at, like, the fucking pixel art of these characters. Because some of the characters don't look quite right. There's some of the lineup of some of the characters where their faces do look a bit odd. Or certain sprites for it. Oh my god, sorry, my eye is just... There's something in my eye and it's incredibly fucking irritating. I can feel it every time I blink. Every time I blink, I can feel it, like, rubbing on my eye. Oh, dear god, that's incredibly irritating. Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today I'm just a member of the audience. Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there. Good luck, Max. You're the best. How? Are we done yet? Has the case ended yet? Regina's different, don't you think, Nick?
Top of the morning to you! Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo! How low can you go?
Why are you here? Fuck off already! Sorry. Mo. The thing is, Mo isn't the worst in this. Mo isn't the worst character in this. But he's definitely one of the more annoying ones. He seeks the devil's sword Sparta. I've come to reclaim my power. You can handle it. Top of the morning to you, Governor. Top of the morning. That's the ticket. Attack of the day starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. Okay, literally, what the fuck is he talking about? Oh! Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some. What is the milk? What's the milk? This has not been established in any capacity before this, I don't think. It may have, and I completely glossed it. What's with the milk? Why is this a bit now? Oh my! Thanks.
Was I worried today, right?
Well, got the feeling that today I'm gonna face up against the real culprit.
You mean Akro?
Okay, so Mo knows. Did you know the entire time? I swear to God, if Mo knew the entire time, I'm gonna be pissed off. I'm gonna be pissed off. I might just murder him in the courtroom. Huh? You think he did it? Why? Is it Milky Mo? Is that just part of Twitch normally? Oh no, it's just straight up one of the. Oh, it's you just type it. It's not even in like a Twitch. Okay, okay. It's like an emoji. Okay, milk.
Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line, literally. He's got guts to spare.
All I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is. I'm used to it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses. Milk. What are you gonna do then, Nick? I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today we rely on evidence. So in a way we'll get past Akron to the truth. You're right. But it's gonna be tough, considering, you know, Francisco took some of it. Well, one piece of it.
But anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father.
So when he can, no, when he can just push around and fluster. He got the conviction to murder a teenager, or attempt to murder a teenager, and failed because dumb. But, you know, yeah. Yeah, we're not going to be able to just get him to just accidentally admit it. I check Phoenix. I know we'll just bullshit our way through like usual. So that's why you sent Regina here. You sent Regina here because if the death of her father isn't gonna make her like grow up, then nothing will. Then nothing will.
Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today.
What's that supposed to mean? We're gonna use evidence, like some kind of lawyer.
She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars.
Somehow Mo is the only person who's treating Regina like a 16-year-old. Everyone else is treating Regina either like a 4-year-old or a 25-year-old, and in some cases, both at the same time. Oh, you know what? You know what? I'll give Mo credit in this regard. I'll give Mo credit in this regard. He's not infantilizing a teenager, and he's also not a pedophile. Mo has that ahead of most of the other characters in this. He has that against Mo. They had to give Mo at least one redeeming quality. That redeeming quality being not a pedophile. The bar is fucking low. The bar is really low. Court is now in session for the trial of Maximum Intellect. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well. Miss Von Calmer, you may proceed with your case. The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events. What's the meaning of this? We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness. One that makes me electric a flyer from the scene of the crime. Order, order! I had a feeling something like this would come up. First spirits, now people flying. Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew tonight. An explanation and prosecution will present if the need so arises. We'll tell you how he flew, if we need to. In fact, my detectives stayed up all night, creating a mock-up of the scene under my orders. Poor gumshoe. Bang. Very well. Please call your witness to the stand. Time to get to work. What should I say? Time to walk the courtroom tightrope. Okay, we're just going straight into Akro. Okay. We're just going straight to Akro. You will need them, Mikey. Don't worry. Trust me, you'll need them. Name and occupation. Ken Dinley, but everyone calls me Akro. I'm employed as an acrobat in the very big circus. Where were you the night of the claim? I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene. My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed? Okay. What I witnessed. So he'll just lie. So this is just gonna be lies. It was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump sound from outside my window. Then, a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looks like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown. If that's the case, there is very little prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night. Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix, right? Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did. And she's bringing that up in court now. Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony? In the words of Miss Von Calmer, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There is no way that actually happened. Very well. You may proceed with your cross-examination. I like how the court is just, an eyewitness says something, and the court just goes, okay, yeah, we believe it. Like, idea replace the shame emote with a full emote, but we need Yakuza. So, we've already established that pressing on this isn't gonna work. But let's try it anyways. So that you're resting in bed. Well, let's assume that you turned off the lights in your room, correct? That's correct. There are safety lights around the outside of the lodging house. It's so bright sometimes it can make it hard to sleep. If that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea to close some curtains? I never really thought of that. I guess by that, that means I'm up to buy some curtains. Haha. Sometimes I do make myself useful in these chambers. Oh! The witness will proceed with his testimony. Just burbs everywhere. You had a large thump sound. Your room is on the 3rd floor, right? Yes. And he said that you were resting in bed. That is correct. But you're still able to hear a sound from outside if it's a loud thump, Phoenix. This is great. I was indeed. First thing I heard is time to get results. But maybe something was contradiction in what he just said right now. What's the matter, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Nana. So I can find a clear contradiction. I should tread lightly. Is there a strict contradiction in hearing a thump? Like, right after 10? I mean, we have the time of death being like 10:15, but I mean, if he's lying in bed, you can take time to get to sleep, so it's not really a contradiction or anything, is it? Okay. Someone flying by your window. Are you sure it was a human being? His natural bird or caused them to spawn around him. It could have been a mannequin, or perhaps a large action figure. Well, setting aside the possibility of a mannequin, an action figure is plausible. You have no need to mince words, Mr. Phoenix, alright? Testify to the truth and only the truth. Just as if we were there with you that night. I believe it was a human. Damn, I'm just strengthening his testimony. One of our cross-statement jars with the facts. Okay, yeah. Nothing strict there that we're gonna push on. I saw it from behind, but that's what it looks like. The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So the light's off, you're still able to clearly see a human fly by your window. The safety lights lit up, enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front. Did you see any other symbols? I clearly saw the silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galetsko. More press and less results I seem to get. Okay, so we're just gonna keep, okay. So we're just gonna press on everything and then we're just gonna work out. You thought you were dreaming, are you sure you weren't? When did you start thinking that, that was when did you start thinking that what you saw wasn't a dream? That's not important. I believe that the prosecution has done a bit of maintenance on the witness's memory. Just to make sure, let's ask the witness. Oh! Objection. Sustained. Let's sustain that! He must be lying about what he saw, right? Of course he is. Now, challenge would be to expose his lies in court. Well, put the pedal to the metal, Nick. Okay, so, out of the stuff that he's saying, well, the stuff that we can press further on, there's the thump, someone flying, oh, that's what it is. He says he saw the symbols as they were going whoop. But the hat's at the crime scene. But the hat's at the crime scene. The hat's at the crime scene. Yeah. Because he specifies that he saw the other symbols. I clearly saw the silk hat. There it is. There it is. There it is. There is a contradiction, yeah. There is a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given. If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence. She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction? I do! The hat. You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? Put away leftover spicy chicken ramen. Is it the fucked up, oily, fake as hell one that I've been having? I'm kind of addicted to it. It's called Jin Mai Lang or something like that, and it's deep red and fake tasting as hell, spicy chicken, but I love it. I love it so much. Though it is an instant ramen. I don't know if you're talking about instant ramen. What do you mean? I'm realizing my Akra voice is just slightly younger Judge voice. The silk hat. I think it's the same as shitty garbage fake food. See, so right? So there is just something super satisfying about fake as hell food sometimes. Now, is that because of the stuff that's in it that makes you want more of it? From like a chemical reaction standpoint? Yes. Does it mean I don't like it? No. What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. That would have been quite difficult considering the state that I'm in. Just looking outside of the window was a tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? I'm not sure. It is Bulldog brand, so I'm not sure how it compares to yours.
when I brought up the fake one that I was having in Discord, that was literally the one that I think Doodles mentioned of Bulldog. No, Bulldog is too expensive for me because it comes in 4 packs and it costs like $12, and I'm not justifying that cost on instant ramen, considering I'll buy a 5-pack of 7 for like my favorite ones. But it's fake tasting as hell, and I love it. I gotta try the spicy Bulldog one though, the one that's meant to just fuck your shit up entirely. The one where it's just like, I want to have a good time eating this meal and a horrible rest of the day. I need to try that. Because sometimes that's the exact mood I'm in when I'm having instant ramen. Sorry, I'm trying to talk about anything that isn't this case. The Ringmaster's hat. Well, 2 times is wonderful and explosive. They have them both at the, where I buy my instant ramen from. They have them both there. It's just they're expensive. They're the most expensive instant ramens there. Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat. Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats? No, this is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica. Which means, Arlo, that you've been fibbing on the stand! Like craving imitation crab sticks over raw hot dogs? I totally feel that. I mean, I don't have crab sticks and I like seafood, so I've never had imitation crab sticks. But just biting into a Frankfurt, yeah, I dig that. I dig that. There's also just certain, like, frozen things that I'm just like, this doesn't taste real at all, but I want it. But I want it badly. Order what? As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking. You okay, Nick? Well, I have my big mouth, and now I have to back it up. How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in the court today? I can just go straight. I like how I have to say, why would he commit perjury? Despite the fact that we've proven that what he's saying can't be accurate. I like how that's immediately what we're going for. See, the thing is, if I oh god, sorry, my eyes fucked up. Or my one eye has something in it that's fucked up. If I just go for Akro as the real culprit, literally right now, if I just go for he's the real culprit right now, do I have to prove he's the culprit instantly? Because I can't do that instantly. They're letting me save it, so I'm gonna do that. Do I just go hellbent for leather? Do I just do that? Because I can't prove that he has a grudge against Max, other than no one likes Max. And dreaming is not an evidence thing. He's the real culprit. I'm just going for it. Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Akro himself. On this occasion? Accuse Akro? What in the world are you accusing him of? Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry. I'm just going for it. Fuck it. Mr. Wright, are you serious? Deadly serious, Your Honor. I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to triangulate an audience's hearts and minds. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book. Really? If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to almost be scary. And he's surrounded by birds. Aren't they so pretty? He's saying rather calm and collected. The bird is just attacking Phoenix. The bird is just attacking Phoenix. Mr. Ding, do you have any response to the defense's accusation? I don't really need to say a thing, do I? What do you mean? Everyone take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house. How could poor little old me possibly kill anyone? Look at how pitiful I am. That's true. I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of a murder of all things. He's a Disney princess, Your Honor. He can't be the killer. That is a little guy. That's my birthday. See, even a sliver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is a ludicrous. She's right. Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man. Phoenix is a poopy head. Who is saying this? Who is saying this? Who in the courtroom is shouting out, poopy head?
see that, Mr. Phoenix, right? If you're trying to drum support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I don't care about what the peanut gallery says. All they do is interrupt the court case and make me slam a gavel. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Akira was unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well. I can hear the defense now. Akira had an accomplice.
What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Akira have an accomplice?
Does the monkey count? Does the monkey count? Does the monkey count? Do we need to cross-examine a chimp? I'm gonna say yes. It's also Akira to be the murderer in this case. If that's the case, then it's natural for I want to consider possible accomplices.
You don't say.
Not good, not good. This isn't gonna end well. Don't tell me you think you're going to get off easy. What? I must not have heard that sound just now. Maybe it wasn't clear enough. The sound of you falling into your own trap can be hard to notice sometimes. I mean, he did say that he couldn't possibly do it, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying he had an accomplice.
Mr. Wright, it seems as if you won't be stopping at Akira, but we'll be making other accusations. If Akira did not have an accomplice, things are not looking good for you.
I understand, Your Honor.
Very well. Let's continue. Who, perchance, would happen to be Akira's accomplice?
The monkey. The monkey. Okay, so the monkey's not in the profiles, but the monkey is here!
You don't say!
This is suddenly looking very, very bad. Don't tell me you'll think you're going to get off easy. What? Oh, did you? Oh, wait, what? What a splendid accomplice. I'm sure this accusation is built on a solid foundation. That was the same dialogue, so I was confused. Like, is it just repeating? Foundation?
Yes, Mr. Wright. Do you have any proof that this person you've accused was indeed an accomplice?
Okay, where this is going... Where this is going is a little confusing. Where this is going is a little confusing. I don't know if the game knows what I'm doing. I may have jumped ahead a little bit. I don't know what's happening, I'll be honest. The way the game is responding is a little confusing. Because it took the statue because it's shiny. I'm jumping ahead is what I'm doing here. I'm jumping ahead is what I'm doing.
Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
This piece of evidence is lacking persuasive power.
Will you miss it sound you do, Mr. Phoenix Light? You know the sound of you receiving a penalty. What are you doing, Nick? I'm just gonna go with no, then. Because if it's asking for anything else, I have no idea what it's asking for. Is that he didn't have an accomplice and that it was, Yeah, I'm just gonna go with this, then. I mean, the monkey's kind of an accomplice. The monkey's kind of an accomplice. Also, please don't. Now then, this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice. Not this time, Von Karma. I mean, the monkey is an accomplice. The monkey grabbed the murder weapon. That's where I was going with that. But I am leaping several steps ahead. What? You're not gonna suck me into this one.
What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright?
There was no accomplice. Akira planned and committed this murder all by himself. I think Leela's figured this out because you can't indict the monkey as an accomplice. We cross-examined a parrot! We cross-examined a parrot! This is kangaroo court. We can do whatever we want.
Order! What are you getting at?
Way to keep them on their toes, Nick. Now I'm gonna have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Akira murdered Russell Berry. Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that? I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed.
Alright, then let's do it. Mr. Phoenix Wright. If this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right? Mr. Wright, I'd like to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling? In his room. In his room. You get subpoena the parrot but not indict the monkey. That's what happens when the judge is a kangaroo. Judge is Your Honor, I would like to declare that you as a kangaroo are biased against fellow mammals and will not allow me to indict a monkey. He was obviously here the entire time. That's Akro's room? Pretty simple, eh? Akro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can only be one correct answer. Akro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster. Okay, I do at least appreciate, because the game very much spells it out. This is what the murder is. This is how it happened. This is why it happened. The game basically just told us outright, which sucks and stupid and fuck this case. But I'm at least glad that the game is aware of that. So we're not going to spend forever picking apart a testimony that's completely and utterly false. We point out one thing that's a lie and just get to the heart of the matter of the whole thing's gonna be lies because he's the killer. And we're just getting to the heart of what's actually happening immediately. Everyone knows exactly what happened. Let's not waste your time any more than we already have in this case, fucking around. It totally could have been the entire first half. It was just picking apart his entire statement and just to reveal that the entire thing is false. It could have easily been that, and thank fucking God it wasn't. What? Are you nuts? What say you, Mr. Dingling? Look at my birds, aren't I so endearing? It's an interesting theory. That's it. Considering that what you propose is impossible, yes, that's it. No gavel bang on that one. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there is no way he'd go to the scene or be the killer. I already said he didn't have to go to the scene. People in wheelchair can be murderers too. What are you, an ableist judge? You've got a point. It seems difficult once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. No, because flying. That's true. No, it's not. He said that he saw Max, didn't he? He also said that he saw him flying. So maybe the accuracy of that, I mean, to be fair, I think the seeing a silhouette go into the air is true. And also very fucking stupid. But Maya, it's not possible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next close to this legal buffet. Be careful, Nick. Mess up here. She's right. Can't mess up here. Gotta give this one some serious thought. John Akro killed the ringmaster. And he did it while he was in his room. No doubt about it. Time on lateness is how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright. What does it count as? What does it count as? Because the thing is, I have evidence. The thing is, I don't have the actual evidence. I have a photo. I have a photo. I don't have the evidence. I don't have the statue. I only have a photo. So does that count? From a legal courtroom perspective, what are they gonna... Because if I say can't present evidence right now, then it's gonna go nowhere. If I say he did it, but I can't tell you now, then they're just gonna say, so we're ignoring you. I'm gonna present some evidence. So Mr. Dingling used to commit the crime of the murder against Russell Berry.
Take that!
What's that? A picture? It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture. The bust. It's quite a large bust, and because it is life-size, it's also very, very heavy. Heavy? Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death. Especially if it was dropped from a third-story window. Oh, yeah! He has a stern look on his face now instead of a relaxed one. So we are getting somewhere. We're not doing the breakdown most people normally do, but we're getting somewhere. See? This is how Akra was able to kill the ringmaster. With a force of gravity and Maximilian Galactica's ample bust. Order! So you're saying the bust fell onto the ringmaster? A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it'd be incredibly easy to commit. How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? That's impossible. Dude lifts. Dude lifts. It's literally all he does nowadays. Well, Akra is an acrobat. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust. Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges? Well, Akra's at a loss for words. He should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Akra! You can't run away from that. Ew! And what would I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Saying that you can't run away to a person in a wheelchair? It's pretty fucked up. I forgot it. Akra's last name is Dingling. This guy's just such a fucking joke. Is that a reference or something? Is his last name being Dingling a joke? Because obviously it's a pun of some kind, but I can't work out what it is. I can't work out what the pun is. That I can't work out. His first name is Ken, I think. What? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself. Ringling from Ringling Brothers Circus and Dangling. I personally have not heard of Ringling Brothers Circus then. I've not personally heard of that, so that would be why I'm missing it. What? What the fuck? Calm down. Sorry, I just got like 4 pop-ups in a row on my computer of emails to my account, all spam. I was like, calm down. Sounds like Dingling, which I don't think is intentional. Why? Because his dick doesn't work because he's in a wheelchair? That's fucked up to assume, Doodles. That's fucked up to assume. That's not always the case. Sorry. Sorry. Testimony, you say? Oh, come on. She's just using this testimony as a rouse to stall for time. There's absolutely no need for such testimony. The defense says its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond. Defense objection is overruled. Why can't he say things my way once in a while? I've been right so often. Why can't he just assume that I'm right all the time? Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony. The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him. Thank you. That one will sink to any lawyer to win a case. He could just lie. If we're accusing him, he could just lie. He can just lie. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think? Ah, unless you knew where he was going to be already. I have no doubts to regard this witness's testimony. It was impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself far enough out to the look.
Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to an even more a single false step would have led to even more severe injuries.
That's what I was thinking. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright? I still had to proceed with my cross-examination.
He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really. Can't let it get to me. Gotta focus.
You could have, so you admit it. Have you ever lifted up the bus before? No, I've never actually lifted up with my own two hands. But I should get to it, don't you think? I can't let money outdo me on this.
Oh, you fucked up. Oh, you fucked up. Oh, you fucked up. Alright, okay, now he's admitting that money can lift it. Now he's admitting that money can lift it. Oh, he fucked up.
Money? Crazy monkeys lifted Max's bus before? Please continue with your testimony, Mr. Dingley. So what have you been doing to keep in shape? Well, honestly, I've given up on training. I don't have any plans to return to the trapeze or the tightrope. You don't say. But no offense, I'm not worried about losing to you in a race or anything.
Neither am I, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Well, is either Slowpoke, I mean, Nick.
Whoa, how did the discussion turn to me all of a sudden?
I suppose you could say that I'm stronger than the average bear. Yogi reference? Yogi was in the last game. And why is that? Because if I were to do that, I'd end up falling out of the window myself. I still haven't gotten much feeling back in my legs yet. So you couldn't have thrown that bus out of the window. I could have said that kind of forced me. How long do you think your recovery will take? You have to remember that my nerves were severely damaged. I'm currently undergoing some extremely intensive rehabilitation, but it's still gonna take a while before I'm back to 100%.
Wait, it's predicted that he will be able to walk again?
That's impressive.
That's impressive. I really figured it would be you're stuck in a wheelchair for the rest of well, I shouldn't say stuck in. That's not the way you say it. That's the way that's a mean way of saying it. I would have figured that would mean he would be in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. Given, you know, the injuries. Let me remind you of another very important point. If no one else was carrying the bus, he would not be able to see out below the window.
Why do you say it'd be impossible? Allow me to explain. You accept that if I was carrying the bust, I couldn't see out below the window. Thus, there is no way that I would have known the location the ringmaster said.
Well, I suppose you got a point.
Hey, Nick. Huh? What if you turn things around? Maybe you think of it sort of like this.
Oh, wow, okay, this is a big one. If you knew the location of the ringmaster's head, then he could drop the bust.
It does make sense.
Only I could prove somehow. But I knew the location of the ringmaster's head without looking down.
I think I've already explained things sufficiently. Those have been really smooth to drop the bus on it. If all you had to do was drop it, then it wouldn't have been a problem at all. If all I had to do was drop it, you're right, I could have done that. However, there is no way that I could land a direct hit on the ringmaster's head. So that kind of makes your theory a bit pointless, doesn't it, Mr. Wright?
You're strong enough to lift up the bust.
I realize how you could have aimed for the ringmaster's head. Whenever you use some kind of tool to aim for the ringmaster. That's the ticket, Nick. Show them what you've got.
Have to be careful. And find something that fits perfectly with this case.
I remember us finding some sort of tool. But maybe we overlooked something. I mean, I know exactly what it is. I know what it is. And pressing doesn't get us any alternate dialogue changes, does it? So no, I'm just presenting it here. Present it right here! Present it right here, the case. Objection! Yeah. Yeah, you would have known where it was. Because you know where the case is. So you know where he's going to be when he goes down to pick it up. How you know the timing of him going to pick it up and everything like that is a whole other question that I don't know if the game's actually going to ask me to do. But there is that. But there is that. Akro.
You didn't really need to lean out of the window, did you?
What are you driving at, Mr. Wright?
You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add. Your silly hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. I want you to show us some evidence. But I did such a good job hinting. But I was making it all dramatic.
Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright.
Maybe you should take a look at this. Oh, okay, so the photo would have worked as well. The photo or the case would have worked. Okay. The key point here is the wooden box.
The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over?
The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box here?
Who?
When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Which means that this wooden box is already placed at the scene of the crime.
I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense.
The moment that the bus came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear.
You mean, if the box were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box,
then there'll be no way that it could miss the head of the victim. I mean, how you could lift it up like this, could lean over it. A couple different ways you could pick it up. But if it's a huge ass fucking bus that's life size, you just gotta clonk anywhere in the head, and you know, it'd be fine. It'd probably do a murder.
no.
I just noticed in that back shot of Akko, he is swole as fuck. He really is. His arms are huge.
Order! This is unbelievable.
Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going. There's only one way to go from here. Forward. Back.
So the next question I have is, who placed that wooden box in the scene?
The Buster's one murder. You heard it here first. It was Mr. Dingling, of course. It's a good pussy rates. Oh yeah, they ended up having that. Gotta keep in mind of when the things come back though, the ones that I missed and words and stuff. Ow. Ow. It's Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow! Allow me to whip some sense into you. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Ow! The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box. That's why the box was so specially made. Specially made? Indeed, isn't it fucking huge and heavy? And also, the only thing that's in there is like a small thing of pepper. If it was just leave the pepper there just to show evidence, it didn't need to be in a gigantic fucking box. And the most peculiar feature, the weight, right? Isn't it really fucking heavy? Yeah, it's 20 pounds. It's 20 fucking pounds. Which means to lift it, you need to get down low to pick it up. Also, it's huge. It's also huge. It's also huge. The weight of the box. The box is a remarkable weight. Wait,
according to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds.
Just to lift up this box would have required.
Oh, I see. One would have to squat down, then lift it with their body, wouldn't you say?
That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large. We also say you could have gone for that either. There's just the lock doesn't make sense.
The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it?
That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be approximately in the same place. Full! Yeah, Nakro just doesn't respond. At least we have someone who's not, like, giving away that they're a murder the entire time that you point out any evidence of, like, slightly against them and they just start blowing up instantly. At least we have someone who's like that. Does he even bother listening to me anymore? I've heard what you had to say. Yes.
I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. Did you do it? Did you place this wooden box in the plaza?
Mr. I may have a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing. What?
Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? Yeah, I remember. Of course I remember. I was on top of the table in the cafeteria. Then what happened to it? I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I cannot possibly leave the lodging house by myself. Ah, that means... You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bus from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bus from my from the cafeteria to my room?
Unfortunately for you, you already admitted how you did that. Unfortunately for you, you already admitted this.
You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright, explain that. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. The monkey's an accomplice. I fucking knew it! Arrgh. Tells exactly how the witness would have carried the bus from the cafeteria. Yep, you definitely have a problem here. This is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happened once and for all. Alright, Mr. Phoenix, right? Let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to his room?
Now it's the monkey! Now it's the monkey! Ah!
A monkey?
Everyone knows Money. He loves shiny objects of any size.
Monkey the money. Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist ring.
So, you're saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own, and then brought it back home.
Oh.
Money lives in Akro's room.
Akro's room?
But the bus was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny. Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record. Oh! Go Phoenix! At least we're finally arrived at the part of the case that's good. At least we're actually getting to the part of the Phoenix Wright games that I like.
My, those are some very nice cards he's holding.
Yes, and they are made of platinum, which is very shiny.
Wow!
Akro!
Money is a strong monkey, right? You literally admitted that Money's already lifted up the bus.
It'd be easier to bring the bus back to your room, considering there's like a tuba in there as well. Considering there's a tuba.
If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate. Order, order! I said order! Miss Von Karma! Where's the bus in question at this moment?
I don't know.
Money lives.
Money fucking lives, bro. Money on steroids. But I still think for it as we speak.
This is a rather strange turn of events.
Monkey is swole as fuck. Buzz swole, more like monk swole. But does Money talk? Does count as talking? Because if so, then yes.
But let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bus. What would have happened then?
Well, in that event, something else would have been used as the murder weapon.
Wait. Then you mean this bus was the murder weapon? Purely by accident?
It's possible.
Maybe Akro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them.
Again, there's a tuba there. I don't know how heavy a tuba is, but they're not light, I'm going to guess, considering they're made out of brass.
Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Akro was the murderer.
Mortal!
Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that.
Oh, don't seem so flamboozled, especially by this fraud of attorney. Fraud? Flamboozled? You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
And what is that?
You should know. You forgot that your word had of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime. There is no reason to doubt the clown's testimony.
That is true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright?
Hey, don't let it beat you now.
I won't.
It's my chance to turn this trial around. When the murder occurred, there were 2 people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Who was the murderer the clown saw? Do I just say the bust again? Do I just say 9 to 13 kilos? That could kill from 3 stories up. That could kill from 3 stories up. Do I just say the bust again? I'm just gonna say the bust again. You saw Max's Ow! I guessed who was the other person most on the scene. That even has nothing to do with the question. Yes, it is. Au contraire, mon frère! Freddy? I don't know how to actually say that one. But why is he speaking French now? Has he been whipped so much that he's changing languages? It does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. Mon frère? Okay. Ah, God, my eye! Sorry, there's something in my eye and it's getting worse and worse as time goes on. Ah, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Ow. Mo said he saw Max's silhouette. But he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw. We're at the stupid part. Toodles French hitting. No half the letters and mispronounce the rest. You're likely to be close. Where's Domino? Where's Domino when you need them? The one time where the game's asking me to actually speak French and Domino's there. The known power of whips just turns you into different nationalities. How was that possible? It's simple, really. Is it simple? What Max actually saw that night was Max's bust. What are you talking about? You tried using your brain at all in this case? The silhouette he saw was wearing a clock. She's like banging the table. Phoenix, you're so fucking stupid. No, I'm not. This case is stupid. I took Spanish in school, not French. I did French for like 1 year, where we did 1 class every 2 weeks. So I'm no help either. J'allais dire le magazine. There we go. That's one of the few phrases I remember. Is there a reason why you're gonna attach a cloak to the bust? It'd be easy to hang off one of the cards in the bust's hand. Idiot! Who in their right mind will put a cloak on a bust? Doesn't matter who put it on the bust. Just wait it out, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? The question is of the utmost importance in this case, don't you agree? Don't you call me up. Just trying to ignore that part. So let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? Okay, what's the answer to this? I'm not asking. I'm asking in my brain, how do I answer this? Phoenix, you're an idiot. Only an idiot can solve an idiotic case. How do I answer this? Because I know the answer. But the problem is that the answer is fucking stupid. And I don't know how to present that to the court. Because if I just say Russell, that's dumb. But it's the closest thing to accurate. It's the closest thing to accurate. Because it wasn't accurate. He didn't do that. Where exactly the core chord is the hand of fate? Do I say Russell? Do I say Russell? Because that's not accurate, but it's the closest thing I have to being accurate. The man asked himself in court before to make a point. Do I say the bust again? Do I just say the bust for a 3rd time? Okay, because what happened, because this is fucking dumb, is the ringmaster was wearing the cloak, which I don't know why. Why Russell was wearing the hat and the cloak? That I don't know the answer to yet. I have no idea the answer to that. But he might actually kill you in the middle of the story if you put that the bust again. The plot itself was an accomplice. It cold? It's a hat and a cape!
That is not gonna keep you warm. That is not. Oh my god, never mind. I said we're at the good part of the case. I changed my mind. We're at the dump. I'm just gonna say Russell and bear the consequences. Russell. For him! You were saying it was the victim himself? Russell Berry. That's what I'm saying! But it was a magic hat and cloak. I mean, the victim himself placed the cloak on the bust. Placed the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright? You're so fucking stupid! Explain yourself! Nick, do you really have a handle on all of this? I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together, and they're fucking dumb! like, logical ridiculousness happens in Phoenix Wright games. Jumping the shark to arrive at a batshit insane, but actually truthful conclusion is like the bread and butter in half of the cases. But this is so fucking stupid. After dealing with an annoying clown show this entire time, I can't fucking handle it. How? How? Like, why? It's all good to me now. Anyways, just lost their mind. Like, why did Russell put them on? Why did Russell put them on? There's no reason for that. There's no reason that Russell put those things on. And then Akira drops it, and the cloak somehow, after knocking him out, the cloak lands on it, and then pulls it away, and the person just happens to see the person who flies in their magic show do that. Honestly, it seemed like Akira got really lucky and didn't plan this shit in the slightest. No! No, he really didn't. He really... Akira got really lucky that people were pinning this on Max. Akira got so absurdly lucky because this was not part of his plan. He used the bus because it was the heaviest thing, not to pin it on Max. The cloak landing on there and the ringmaster wearing the outfit in the first fucking place. Completely and utterly fucking bullshit luck. Though also, his plan, Akira's plan wasn't to kill the ringmaster. His plan was to kill Regina because he's a fucking psychopath. So, I mean, he's a 2B, he would have been screwed. Doesn't everyone... Look at Max's haircut! His hair looks like a tuba! It was obviously him! I hate this. I hate this so much. There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. Alright! So you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. Indulge me a bit more on my absolutely bonkers... Oh god, this music's back. Awesome. Awesome. This music's back. Love that for me! Akira used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the sink. Then he attached that rope to the bust. He dangled the bust out of his bedroom window, directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the sink. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Why? Why? Why was he doing that? Why was he doing that? Throwing music for this bullshit. Also, you can look at Max's... Sorry, I just want to also point this out. You can look at Max's cloak right now. If Russell took the cloak off now to put it on, the roses are on the cloak already. So all of that stuff that we did against Trilo to say it wasn't Max because the roses weren't on there is pointless. Because the roses also were on there. The roses were on the cloak. You can literally see them in this photo. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Because if he thinks that he's going to get evidence about someone killing someone, then he wouldn't want to show up as him. Maybe, I guess, maybe, kind of. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house. By none other than the ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Schuyler. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Akro took his chance and released the rope. Now this is when the magic happens. At the very instant that the bus hit the victim, video game, I hate you. Video game, I fucking hate you. I hate you. I hate you so much. I fucking hate you. So remember when I said this was Shizukimi's favorite case? Well, in a completely unrelated fun fact, Shizukimi was apparently extremely drunk while writing this case. Not a case we can respect, but the case we deserve. Yeah, that's how physics works. That's how that works. See, the thing is that, like, if this is how it went down, which it is, against all logic, this is how it went down. Why didn't Mo see a fucking rope lift up Max? Why didn't Mo see the rope? And don't tell me it was some invisible wire shit, because it was lifting a 20-pound box up 3 stories before. It's a thick-ass rope to lift that shit up and then down, along with the statue. If Mo saw this shit, why didn't he see the fucking rope? And no, oh, it's dark excuses. It's silhouettes. The rope would stand out as a silhouette. I hate this. I hate this so much. You'll just wait that a second, Mr. Phoenix Light. Industry grade invisible wire has pretty good tensile strength. With a single rope, though? With a single rope? Because, like, yeah, like, that's, like, Max does the wire shit to fly around, yes. With a single rope? Would it be a single string that's holding up Max as he does his flying shit? Would that be a single one? Unless it was... No, that's very silly. Unless all of the cables that were already being used to pilot around Max, it was like all of them together to make the pulley. You could kind of explain that, but then you have to explain how does Akro have them in his room, and then you have to explain that Money grabbed those, and you have to explain that they're shiny, and then if they're shiny, then they would have been visible anyways. So it defeats the entire purpose. Fuck this case. See, the thing is, normally I wouldn't pick at logical plot holes in these cases anywhere near as much as this. But this case has already pissed me off, and this is so fucking ridiculous that I'm just like, I'm becoming that person where I'm just like, I don't like what's happening, so now I'm gonna go back to just picking on plot holes to actually piss me off even more, even though I wouldn't point out these inconsistencies in other cases. But I'm already mad at this case, so I don't fucking care. As much as you try, as much as your scheme, that just isn't true. It can't be. Result from invisible wire can find his rate for 50 pounds, so maybe. I guess. Being a circus, I can let it slip. Being a circus, I can let it slip. There's still multiple aspects that don't quite make sense, like how we got it or anything like that. But it's less ridiculous than the cape landing on the fucking hat. Or the bust. So, it's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. The circus isn't over yet. Oh, don't worry! This gets stupider. Don't worry, Von Karma. I'm about to get way fucking dumber in this. What? The impact of the bust on the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bust. That impact also caused the sound a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Mo Curls, the clown. Play it again to really impress me. I hate this. When Mo looked at his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust, and was at like the perfect height to look like he was standing on the ground. Now, having completed the crime, Akro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. So he's having to take risks.
It's visible Steve. You'll need it. Of course, he had no idea that Mo saw the bus being raced with the cloak dangling in it. Primarily because, in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out of his window. So he just kept pulling the bus up. And that is how the magical murder disappearing into the sky came to be. Game, acknowledging how fucking stupid your case is doesn't make it better. It doesn't make it better to acknowledge how fucking stupid it is. Again, we cross-examined a parrot before. We cross-examined a parrot, and that was hype. The problem is that cross-examining a parrot in Turnabout Goodbye was fun because the rest of that case is really fucking good. And we're turning something that Von Karma himself said as a joke against him. And then Von Karma planned around that and us doing that. So it was actually part of his trick. And also, it got us somewhere because we already knew that the parrot would repeat things and stuff like that. There was a lot of parts, even though it was ridiculous, there was a lot of parts that built up to it for it to make sense. This is just fuck you. It's like when a game goes, I mean, aren't platforming levels stupid? And then makes it do the platforming. It really is. It really is. So you see, the only person that could have pulled this off is the one person who was able to drop the weapon, murder weapon, from above the crime scene. Akro, it could have only been you. Wow, no responser. Normally, Akro's been playing mind games with all of us. You know, typically when I detail when someone did a murder, they break down and start rambling about how they're gonna kill us and stuff like that, and then they usually admit to the crime. Now I have to do the rest of this. I just made my prank quote Bubsy because of that. You must atone. Oh god, Bubsy. When do I do a full LP of Bubsy? He sure has. But he has come to the end of his rope now. That is mean. The man's in a wheelchair, Phoenix. Because he can't do tight ropes anymore. That is mean, Phoenix. What the fuck? Soul. What now? Bubsy 3D specifically. Full LP, the entire Bubsy series. What could possibly go wrong? Full LP, the entire Bubsy series. We go to the NES one. We do Bubsy 2, which I think exists. Then we do Bubsy 3D. And then we do Woolly Strike Back. The entire series. Full LP. I think you still have those emotes. It's wild to think this shit. You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove the fairy tale is true? Evidence? In this quote, only two things matter. All the voices Bubsy apologizes. There's gonna be Bubsy emotes. In this quote, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip. Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. Watch the TV pilot, which exists for some reason. That exists, what the fuck? Pet, okay. So, there's Bubsy with gold glasses, Bubsette, Pet Bubsy, and Bubsy Popcat. Nice. Nice. Doodles, I am so sorry for dragging this Bubsy talk out further. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence? Nick, I say they want evidence. Just explained how there can only be one possible murder method. But there is still something unusual about Mo's eyewitness account. Unusual? Contradiction, actually. Okay then, use that and get out of this jam. That's enough talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs up your claims. I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic. Wait, what am I proving? Wait, what am I actually doing here? Wait, what am I actually doing? I don't know. It's not that I don't know what to present, because I don't know how to answer the question. What's the question? I genuinely don't understand what the question is. Am I missing something? I genuinely don't understand what the question is.
Asking for proof of the entire nonsense theory you just cooked up. The evidence was everything that I presented while cooking up that nonsense theory. Do I present the bust again? Do I present the bust again? I'll be honest, I don't know what they mean by proof of it. The proof was the stuff that we were presenting while we were setting up the theory. I don't understand the question. I really don't. If I presented anything, I'd be taking a complete stab in the dark because I don't even know what they're asking me. I don't know what the question is. So you're going to dance the balance 100% try to arrive at them without having to go backwards from the conclusion? I don't know what the question is. That's the issue. What are they asking of me? I don't actually know. There's the bus yet again. Makama will literally kill you. I don't know what the question is. I don't know what they're asking me. So I don't know what I'm meant to be presenting. They've just yelled the word evidence and proof at me. That doesn't mean they haven't actually asked anything. They've just yelled proof, evidence, do it. What does that mean? What does that mean? Again, the evidence was the crate being in the place that it is. The evidence is how the crate is made. The evidence is the bust. The evidence is that Money grabbed the bust and brought it up to the room. The evidence is the eyewitness reports that we saw of Barry wearing the fucking outfit. But we've presented all of that to arrive at this conclusion. So what are they asking of me? Phoenix was saying a contradiction in Mo's testimony. Oh, is it the footprints? Is it the footprints? Mo was saying someone was standing there and there isn't. So the only thing that it could be is that someone wasn't standing there. Although Mo said something that contradicts the theory, so it sort of expects you to remember that and close that contradiction to support your case. What was Mo saying? What was Mo saying? I was too busy trying to drink myself and forget that life existed because he was saying a lot of bullshit. He tried to make a joke about the time at one point. Tell me. Explicitly tell me in explicit detail, because I have no fucking clue. I don't care anymore. I've stopped giving a shit. Explicitly tell me. You can do that at this point. I don't remember what Mo said, the hat or the promo poster. Oh, are we finally bringing that up? Are we finally bringing up that he said that the cloak was black? Mo said he saw the hat on the cloak as it flew away, but the hat was at the crime scene. We've already... That was part of this. Which means it must have been the bus flying away since the hat, Bill, and there's no other hats. Yeah, we already said this. We already said this as part of all of this. We've already brought it up. This was already part of the evidence that we brought up before. We've literally brought it up in this session of the trial already. That's literally already part of the evidence building to where we are. So why can't it be any of the other massive amounts of evidence that we've already fucking presented? Why is it specifically this one? Fuck, I hate this game! Get fucked, Shutakumi! You're a terrible writer when you're drinking. Shutakumi, stop drinking and writing. You're a fucking hack when you do it. Be sober when you write your video games. Drunk user dipshit. Drunk user fucking moron. I'm actually pissed off at Shutakumi specifically now. This is so fucking bad. This is... How dare you make me play this, Shutakumi? Sorry. How dare you make me play this? How dare you don't include a skip rob on this entire bullshit? God, I hate this. God, I hate this. We literally already brought this up It's just that we already brought this up to present this. Show some evidence that proves your theory. Okay, how about evidence I already pointed out in this theory? How about evidence that I already pointed out in this theory? You can't just yell the word evidence. Especially when you're asking, like, we're not presenting new evidence here. We're not presenting new evidence here. We're presenting something that has already been brought up in order to make this case. So why are we just doing it again? Hey, Domino. I was speaking French before and I needed your help. How do you properly pronounce au contraire, mon frère? How do you properly pronounce that? Domino, leave. Domino, leave. You don't want to be here for this. I thought the case was getting better because we're unraveling the murder mystery. The murder mystery is so fucking stupid. Hey, Domino, to give you a quick wrap-up on what's happening here, because I don't think you actually know this game. Pretty close, actually. Nice. To give you a wrap-up, if you don't actually know this game, Domino, this will force you to leave. I'm doing you a favor. I'm gonna make you leave the stream by explaining what's happening. So, Akro did it. Akro did it. So basically, Money brought up the bust up to Akro's room because it was shiny and everything like that. Akro placed the box in the specific place that it was to ensure that anyone who was going to check the box would have to lift it up and have their head in a proper spot. So then Akro from his room could drop the bust onto someone's head and kill them. And then the reason that Mo saw a person flying away is because when the bust fell and hit Russell Berry on the head, Russell Berry was wearing Max's costume at the time, so the cloak flew off his body and landed on the bust. And then when Akro reeled back in the bust, it looked like a silhouette of Max because the statue is his hat and the cloak flying away. And we're trying to prove that right now by pointing out the hat that we already mentioned earlier to show that Akro was lying. It's bullshit. It's very stupid. Stop watching the fucking stream. Problem is Max's 3 symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses. Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday, there were 2 contradictions in Mo's testimony. The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other. But the theory I just presented explains all these contradictions. You fool! Do you ever shut up? Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday. He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. He also said black cloak, which is also not that color. I know silhouettes, but still. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust's. Makes sense. If you look at it that way, then he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of. Fine, you've got one, but what about the other contradiction? The other contradiction? Remember what that ventriloquist said in court? He said that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. Like something out of Looney Tunes? All absurdity and luck, no well thought out plan. No, Akro's a fucking dipshit. I thought that Akro was actually going to be like, oh, he had a reason for it, and he thought out of... No, Akro's a fucking dipshit. Everyone in this case fucking sucks. Fuck every character involved in this case. I hate them all for various reasons. Even the victim. Even the victim. Every character in this case is an arsehole or a dipshit or both. And a number of them are also pedophiles. God, I hate this game. God, I hate this game. This is going to be the worst Ace Attorney game in the franchise. Even if the next cases are banging. Even if the next cases are fantastic. And the Spirit Channeling one was pretty good. But this case exists, and boy, do I fucking hate it. Boy, do I fucking hate it. I hate this more than any case in Danganronpa. And that's saying something. This is worse than any case in Danganronpa. If we're counting the Danganronpa games that involve around trials. If we're talking about any Danganronpa game that has a trial in that talks about trials, then I hate this worse than any Danganronpa case, and that is saying something. But the clown's testimony doesn't finish. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick? Can we? Of course, I can explain all of it. What was that? Please recall the answer when the cloak snagged onto the bust. By the way, Domino, I'd like you to look carefully at what we're about to see. And then I want you to leave the stream, please. It's for your own good. The guy snagged onto the bus. What happened to the White Roses? Do you get it? If the car got snagged onto the front of the bust, it means that the White Roses would end up on the back of the bust. I'm playing it at the same time, so some of my brain cells will be spared. I'm gonna drink heavily after this, so mine won't be. Though I feel like drinking after this is just going to repair any damage that this does. But it explains why Mo didn't see them. The White Roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust. Right, I was extremely drunk. Perhaps the intent is also to be extremely drunk while playing it. It'd make it more bearable. Not by the nature of improving it, but at least I'd be drunk and I wouldn't care as much. Order, order! Are we done yet? Are we done yet? I hate this. I hate this so fucking much. This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads. I've got nowhere to be after. Let's do this, Nick. The night won't come, we'll finally throw in the towel. Akira. Well, so much for that theory. Akira's gonna get away with murder purely because his murder plan and the luck that happened around it is so fucking absurd that no one's gonna believe it. He's gonna get away on luck. Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that? Motive. The witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster, which is really fucked up considering he accidentally killed him and still trying to get away with his murder. Kind of like Echo's a piece of shit. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. Thus, there is absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. Once again, we just get back to... Okay, so you've proven the dude did it, but, like, can you prove the motive behind it? You've proven they've done it, sure. But why, though? But why, though? As if that's part of our defense thing and not part of, you know, the trial for them later when it actually happens. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Echo's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. What do we do? Is that Dad and Akira deeply respected the ringmaster? Akira's motive. Again, also very obvious. This is the part that they really explained over heavily and made it way too obvious when we were investigating. God, I hate this case. It seems that this case isn't over yet, sadly. Very well. However, I feel it's a good place to take a break. I'll listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. This court will now take a 10-minute recess. Thank you all so much for watching. Next time... I can't even joke about that. The only thing more painful than finishing this today is knowing that there will be another day in my life in the future where I have to continue this. So we're going. This is bad. This is so bad. This is so fucking awful. This sucks so much. I hate this case so much. It is so bad. People were warning me at the start that it's like the worst case. People were warning me it was bad. I did not think it would be this aggressively awful. Like, it just sucks. There's like no redeeming qualities to it, and so many parts of it that are just like the worst example of that thing that we've seen in the series so far. With zero redeeming qualities. I can't believe it! Akro! It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is! But I think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus! Am I that hated? I tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. No, we didn't. Well, after the fact, after the fucking fact,
Not at the time that he did it. He did? Psst, psst. but I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know? But you're not. Which is kind of the reason why... Hey, see? You gonna ignore me after I went all this trouble to bring you some evidence? Hey, Gumshoe. Ah, Detective Gumshoe. Ah, forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be going anyways. No, Detective. I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little? Got some really tasty milk. How about a card trick, Detective? What is with the milk? Why is the milk now a thing? Why is the milk now a thing? This is not, why is the milk starting to be a thing? I don't get that. But they're trying really hard to make milk a bit, and I don't know where it came from. Top 10 milk moment. Why is it a thing now? It seemingly has come out of nowhere. Like, if it was constantly brought up in the case, that it's just okay, the case just likes milk. See, if it was brought up the entire case, every character drinking milk constantly could be a metaphor for how Shu Takumi was fucking wasted when he wrote this horse shit. Oh, dear God. Ho, ho, ho. Well, if you insist. Is it milk because it's past Christmas? Past Christmas means it was after Christmas? Now, about that evidence you mentioned, what is it? Oh my God. I think it was mentioned that Max supposed to have a glass milk for a big fawn, so everyone supporting him is bringing him milk. Oh, okay. I forgot that from before. So Gumshoe is bringing us this. Holy shit. Okay. Thank you, Gumshoe. This is actually kind of a linchpin of our case. So thank you for bringing us this. How'd you get this off on Karma? Huh? This was yesterday in Akira's room. Yup, and I've included the forensic results. Take a look at it later. Mom gonna be mad that you're doing this? That's why this is all a secret. Huh? Look, details are on a need-to-know basis. And we're not really allies or anything. But everything that's happened in Gore up until now is going according to our plan. I don't know. So Mama didn't seem in control of things and they're just now. You'll figure it out eventually, see? Yesterday our final plans were set into motion. Final plans. Uh-huh. That reminds me. I got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. And that's it for me too, see? I'm out of here. What is happening? What do you mean by that? The very end part? I'm not sure. It's all pretty cryptic to me. Gumshoe is very much talking not like Gumshoe. Oh, one more thing. Ah, don't scare me like that. Looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant. What, me? It's milk, and more milk, and more milk. The reception area looks like some kind of dairy. Sorry I've been drinking it all before it spoils. An entire dairy's worth of milk for me. Milk. Top 10 milk moments. Top 10 milk moments. Court is now back in session. Miss Von Comber, please continue from where you left off. I'd like to continue with Echo's testimony, starting with your relationship with the victim. Tilk, anyone? Not again. Not again. I can't survive the Tilk again. The cup that I made the Tilk in got ruined, by the way. I'd like to point out that the cup I made, the glass that I had to make the Tilk in, was unsalvageable. I would like to point that out. Well, I think the issue was because we had it there for the entire stream. So I did have the Tilk sitting there for that entire stream. So I think it was unsalvageable because I didn't drink it instantly and then rinse it instantly. I think that was more so the issue behind the Tilk ruining that cup. If I'd gone and washed it, it probably would have been okay. Also, if I didn't make that much of it, this is the small cup, that may have helped. That may have also helped. If you have no idea what the fuck we're talking about, watch my Hollow Knight playthrough. I'd also like to get proof on the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Echo would have to commit this crime. Understood. Now, Mr. Dingley. Yes, Your Honor. Please proceed with your testimony.
finally get to the motive. Wait, Nicky, are you okay, Buster Wolf?
Buster Wolf!
Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. Well. To the ringmaster time. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of a very big circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I'm now realizing this whole game actually fucking sucks. Hottie was in the last case. This is the worst game in the franchise. The rest of the case is good, but Dr. Hottie's in it. This game just sucks, actually. I don't know what this tilt is, but I can hazard a guess that it's horrifying. You're possibly correct. You're possibly correct, Alan. Especially if you know anything about my Hollow Knight playthrough. I became an acrobat at about 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. You're such a thoughtful young man. As you'll heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Akira would kill the man he held in such high esteem. You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no real need for a cross-examination, is there? Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. For what he just said there, there's no real reason to do that. The one thing that we can cross-examine in that and get to anywhere which would go down the path of what we're actually aiming for, is the fact that he said when we were little, and we ask who the we is, and then he talks about his brother. And then we go from there. It's the only thing. Jesus. Why would Akira kill the ringmaster? And the last chance to answer that question. We'll also cross-examine. Defense is alright to cross-examine the witness. You're so tickless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You don't care about justice, do you? You just want to fabricate a motive. Very well, Mr. Wright. Cross-examine the witness. I imagine we'll push on everything and then they'll just continue. Wild guess. Wild guess. What is my hair doing now? Stop it. It's alright, I'm getting my hair cut like next week and I'm gonna ask them to trim this part so it's most long. So, I will sit better? Maybe? Oh, wait. This still costs. Who's the way? I have a friend watching it myself, but from what I saw people saying on Discord, watching it would probably put me in the nut house. It's fine. It's the most normal playthrough of Hollow Knight anyone's ever done. Wait. Yes, my brother Sean and I. What? You have a brother? People are related to people, Judge. It's not that weird. How old were you when this happened, Doctor? I was 8 years old, and my brother was 4. Your parents were very cruel, weren't they? Nowadays, we aren't bitter about what happened to us, because it allowed us to meet the wonderful people at the very big circus. Yeah, the judge is getting misty-eyed. Got a soft spot for sub-stories, it looks like. Oh! No clang in court. Let's keep going. The witness may pursue its testimony. How'd you describe your relationship with the ringmaster? He was like an uncle, a father, and a big brother all rolled up into one. The ringmaster and my brother were the only family I had. What about other people at the circus? This was about 15 years ago. Back then, there were very few customers coming in, so no one really had the time to look after us. They were worried about other things. But the ringmaster, he would always come and see us with a laugh and a smile. What a beautiful story. That's why I was always thinking of what I could do to help. I wanted to thank him. Isn't Akira such a wonderful person? I know. He seems like a nice guy. What makes this so difficult? So how long have you been in before? I became an acrobat around 9 years old. You started off as an acrobat that early of an age? You're telling me that this fantastic Russell Berry, Father of the Year, best person ever, has had like multiple very, very young people do incredibly dangerous stunts in his circus to bring in money for his dying business. God, I'm glad that cunt is dead. I begged the ringmaster until he finally agreed to let me do it. Ever since then, I've been in incredible physical shape. That's also when I decided to form a group with my brother. We call ourselves the Flying Dingling Berries. I'm now realizing, is their last name meant
Is their last name a pun on Dingleberry? Is this a pun on Dingleberry? Because this case is so shit that it would make sense if that was the case. Is that what is happening here? Is that what's going on? It's nearly a household name. Oh my fucking god. I don't know them in John. Liar. The point is that I want to be of some use to this circus. Absorbing that into my worldview.
You truly are a remarkable young man. Just keeps looking at Akira almost like a proper father.
More blizzard of punch. Have I made this case somehow worse for everyone? Have I made this case somehow worse for everyone? I'm glad I pressed this. We found out how much worse this actually is. Did you ever have any trouble with the ringmaster? Ow! How could you ask such a thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You have some sort of fundamental misunderstanding of this witness's testimony? The heart of the emotions contained within? You better think about this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You better think hard. I don't know what you need to do to make it worse. Ow! Ow, ow, ow!
No matter how you look at it, there's no way I can see this witness ever taking the victim's life.
Exactly. I've been waiting for you to say that, Your Honor. Like, I had to say it, but I agree with you. I was trying to chase down the truth, but I ended up just looking like a jerk.
I think that'll be enough for now. Pondering whether or not this man would kill the ringmaster leads me to believe that it is pretty unlikely.
Exactly right, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question.
Go ahead, Your Honor.
I would just like to know, can you provide an explanation as to why Akira would want the ringmaster dead?
An explanation as why Akira would want the ringmaster dead? No, he wants someone else dead. So, no, because he didn't want the ringmaster dead. Nick? They didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Akira killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven. Wait, what?
What?
That's because Akira had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all! Ow! You're foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so fool-heartedly foolish. Did you forget? You made an accusation against this witness, did you not? I believe it was. This is the real killer of Russell Billy, ringmaster. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right.
The end of things?
Akira. You didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night. What did you just say? I'm saying that the target of this witness's murderous plot was not the ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with. Okay, I'm glad that I didn't have to, like, do anything else for this. Okay, good. What?
Order, order! Bailiff, I don't care who it is, smack anyone who's loud in the face. Twice if you must. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to my court? Bailiff, assault people. I need someone to de-stress myself. Oh!
Tell him to shut the fuck up. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to his court? Are you attempting to imply that Akira was trying to kill someone else?
Yes. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was. Legitimately?
This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct?
She's gonna take this well. So well! So well! Akira, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you? You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question. What if I back it up with evidence? He can easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is, you're wrong. That's it. That's it, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Enough! Mr. Wright, allow me to... Ow!
The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself.
Huh?
And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence, now! I want to know why Akira will want to kill Regina Belli.
Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Akira was out to kill this young girl.
Akira,
You remember this, don't you? I was wondering how they're gonna ask this. Do I have to say it's bat first or show this first? I'm showing this first. You remember this, don't you? It's a piece of paper that we found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat? Aqua wrote this note. It's ironically entitled, "To the Murderer." Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m. So you're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note? Yes, but there's just one little problem. Problem? Aqua did indeed place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster. What do you mean? It wasn't for the... That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry. Now we get to the heart of this.
Order, order, order! Shut the fuck up! Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours.
It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her. Which is why, the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board. That's when her father, I mean the ringmaster, saw the note? That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in the plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake. Instead of Regina. I mean... Akro still tried to kill Regina. That doesn't imply very positive thoughts that he has towards Russell anyway. Russell, I love you so much. You've saved my life and you've given me something that I could never have otherwise. And I want to try to do everything I can to make it up to you. But I will murder your daughter because of a prank that went wrong. Because my pedophilic brother was trying to bang her. That's incredible. Remember the testimony that Akra gave us earlier today? Lifting in the bus and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out of the window myself. He had no idea who it was. Akra had no idea who it was that arrived at the plaza. Because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was. I've got it! I've got it! Akra thought that it was Regina down the plaza. And that's when he let the bust fly. Hey, Nick? Isn't Regina listening to all this from the audience? Yup. She is, unfortunately. It's only gonna get harsher from here. I hope Regina can handle it. Akra wrote this note to Regina? Foolishly, foolish, fool ideas of foolish tomfoolery. You're so foolish, you even make me sound like a foolhardy fool. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Light. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Yes, what about that line? Well, if the note was meant for Regina Berry, it would mean that. This note is declaring that Regina Berry is a murderer. Redundant Department of Redundancy. You just don't get it, do you? What? What did you just say? The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza in place of his lovely daughter. Hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that is alluded to in this note? The incident 6 months ago. I know all about it. An incident occurred 6 months ago, and now I am more than ready to show this call what happened at that time. Moron! Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case? It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start and what happened 6 months ago. Really, Nick? I think so. Well, then if that's the case, I'll have to tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know I'd certainly like to know what it is. If I can't answer that question, the judge is going to think I'm bluffing. The conclusive evidence, sorry. But no, conclusive evidence about this incident 6 months ago is actually... Do I just say that? I'm just gonna say that. Right. What? This is it? Well, kind of figured that I tried to get rid of evidence I didn't... Or...
Means that no matter what, I can't pick this up again. Okay. Leon? Leon! Help! Oh, I can check the note. I don't know if I've ever done this. I've never actually checked this note, have I? You haven't forgotten what happened 6 months ago, have you? I've losing evidence of what took place. Oh, okay. The evidence of the case is the pepper. The pepper, yeah.
Achoo! Achoo! Achoo, achoo.
You get it, yeah.
Achoo, achoo.
What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It isn't a joke at all. It's a decisive evidence you asked for.
What do you mean?
Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing so because this piece of decisive evidence is what was inside.
Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright, so what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Berry killed someone with a small butter of pepper?
Taking that into account is the only logical conclusion you can draw.
Foolish fool! We'll never die in your foolish ways! If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then answer this question. Who was the Berry's intended victim? Intended? Intended is the wrong word. But...
Who's this?
That is Akuru's younger brother. What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead? Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's on a stretch to see how Akira could feel that his brother is dead.
Regina? She did that to him?
Do you spend your entire time dreaming of the worst to be a fool? Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Akira's brother, Sean Dingling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state.
A lion?
Regina. I mean, Miss Regina Berry is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her.
So then what happened to Akira's brother?
He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident.
I see.
Now what do we do? It seems we've gone along with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident? I mean, it's an accident? It is an accident. But it's an accident that has a culprit. It's more than just an accident. It's an accident with a culprit. The lion biting Bat was no act. Well, that's not what I'm trying to. Oh my god.
What?
You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There is no way that Regina would ever incite a lion to attack another human being. She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being. Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Akira's brother, Bat. Staying with his blood and a small quantity.
That's just a scarf.
Akira. The scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct?
That's right.
And who was the one that gave this scarf to Bat?
Regina. Regina gave it to him. Regina?
There is something more than just blood on this scarf, Your Honor.
And what might that be?
Pepper.
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 Pepper. Pepper. Pepper.
Regina gave the scarf to Bat right before the accident. And she covered it with as much pepper as she could. Pepper? Hey, what's with the silent treatment? Pepper. The bird's attacking Phoenix again.
Excuse me, Mr. Wright.
You've done a good job of fingering a criminal. Hey! Hey! Regina's 16. Don't turn me into a pedophile.
But out of curiosity, what was her crime?
Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present.
Where's the crime in that?
Still seems like the judge just doesn't get it.
That Von Karma does. Mr. Phoenix Wright! Wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be... Wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling? Oh, wow. Wow, she's... Wow. Von Karma's offering up this information. Von Karma offered up that information. Again, Von Karma, Franziska isn't one to lie. She might, like, hide evidence and try to manipulate things into getting her way. But she's not a liar. She's not a liar.
Smiling? The lion was smiling?
She's literally taken aback by ridiculous cases. Yeah, I would be too. I would be too. I feel sorry for Franziska. I've come to get revenge on you, Phoenix, right? First case is spirit channeling. Second case is this bullshit. Do you want to be known worldwide for taking down Phoenix, right, in any of these cases? Right before Bet was bit by the lion. For a moment, the lion's mouth changed, and it looked like he was smiling.
Lions smile?
I've never heard of them smiling. However, lions sneeze.
What?
Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. And then he roared. Because the roar is the sound of the sneeze, I guess. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scar.
What?
You fool! Several dots in sequence.
You've got to be kidding me. What's the matter, Miss Von Karma?
I object for objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix Wright, this theory, you believe it?
I think you do as well.
You really intend to say that this is how this joke of an accident actually happens? Of course I do. It's the truth. I'm just gonna, by the way, I have like 1 heart left, so I'm just gonna save just in case, so we don't have to redo all of this. That was objectionable. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Akira nearly lost his brother due to this accident. Or this joke, as he put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina. You foolish idiot! It almost does seem like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. To think that there is someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves. Are you telling me that what I said was true? You don't mean, you can't mean, witness!
Are you confirming the defense's claim?
Mr. Wright. Unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. That's also not my job. My job is to clear my defense. There is a separate trial for you later. That's where that will happen. If you want me to be a defense attorney, in that case, I'll do it. But you know, probably normal. You want me to prosecute you? That'd be interesting. What do you mean by that?
The pepper, the scar, the lion. The witch, the wardrobe.
I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow.
Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory. What would that problem be?
The same problem that's always been. Evidence.
If I drop Max's boss on top of the ringmaster.
Where is the evidence that proves that claim? You brought it back up to your room, so you hid it. We showed that it was flying. We already addressed how it was flying, so you brought it back to you. What? Of course it wouldn't be on the crime scene. Part of our point is that you brought it back up. It's literally the crux of the whole flying thing. Which is stupid.
You mean the conclusive evidence?
The biggest problem is the murder weapon. Or the lack thereof, to be more precise.
Murder weapon? The bus that the defense claims was used. If that were to be found in Octo's room, and if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes.
Yes, it would be.
The bust.
You gotta do something. This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won. We don't need to search Akro's room. It's already been done. Francisco was there. Francisco was there. We don't need to... If we say search it, Francisco's just gonna say we already did it. She already did it. Might be worthwhile to search Akro's room, but... Why ain't you gonna search his room? It looks like you'll finally figure things out, didn't you? Now you'll know the true meaning of Bon Karma, total justice. I guess. I figure with you, that's the least I should expect. You'd leave no stone unturned. Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Akro's room yesterday.
What did you find?
Well, there's no reason to even see it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Akro would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's boss was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for.
You see, Mr. Wright? The boss wasn't in my room.
Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise. And we took Akro directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story. Just wait a second. Something's funny about all this.
It looks like you like the final nail to put into my coffin.
But what about the scarf? What about the note?
What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now.
Do something, Nick? Don't let this guy slip away.
The bust, where is it now?
Where's the bust right now? The Phoenix Wright! You know where that bust is? I'm sure you do.
Oh, I know exactly where it is.
Oh, I know exactly where it is. It's in the one fucking place it could be. Not even a single clue. I'm not supposed to know where the bust is.
Where else can it be? Where else could it be? There's one place it is. It seems this case is coming to a close. The defense's counter-arguments look to have fallen short.
Thank you for your support. Surely we've done enough to still get Max off, though. Because, like, we've shown enough that it's just like a little bit.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I think that brings to an end to this cross-examination of this witness.
Oh, wait, what? There it is. Hold it! Who said it? Maya? Thank you, Maya! Thank you, Maya! Where is Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare to present its case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous. It's been my tongue.
Huh?
What? We need time to do what? Ow! Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she?
Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright?
What? You asking me?
Rest is out to you, Nick. Good luck.
Hey, wait! You can't be serious. Thanks, Maya.
Everyone's always had their last in line, don't they? That's how Akro's lived his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose. Very well, the defense may proceed.
He doesn't have a clue.
And I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon.
We're gonna tire of his logic.
Is there room for a false step?
Sink or swim, and wait through his forward. The murder weapon. Where is Max's bust right now? Got her. I'm gonna say this. There's one wrong answer that's very funny, but will absolutely kill you. Ah, too bad. Already done. Already done. Already done. Already done. Tell me that later.
It's obvious. Bust is inside this very courtroom. It's obviously where?
Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bust once and for all.
The witness stand. Where else would it be? It's in the wheelchair. It's in the wheelchair. It's in the wheelchair. Where else would it be? Where else would it be?
If it's hidden in Akro's room and Akro can't take it out of his room and money's not going to take a shiny thing elsewhere, where else would it be? Where else would it be? You pick the judge's bench, he freaks out and gives you a double penalty. That's fucking hilarious. Akro. I'm sorry to ask this, but you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair?
I'm sorry. I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright.
Oh, fuck you. Well, you're a big guy. You have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. So how do you get him this again?
I just want to make sure you weren't hiding anything.
I just want to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket. Because it seems to me that'd be really easy to, say, hide a bust under there.
Ha 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 ha. Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright.
And show it. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bust is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it. The only place that you could hide it. Under your wheelchair. Which is why, Akro, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap?
Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played.
You fool! How could you?
You've got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, 2 of them.
2 of them?
Miss Francisca Von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What?
There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the prize search on my room last night? There were 2 pieces of decisive evidence. The cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash.
You always took my trash out every morning, you know.
But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you exceeded your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now to be caught in the middle of court, hiding the murder weapon. There's no way I can escape that. So you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma.
Strategy.
It all makes sense now.
How did Von Karma thought that far ahead? It's amazing. I don't think she did. I don't think she did. Again, Von Karma's not a liar. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at him. I know I sure couldn't. I can't believe it. No, here's not gonna take credit for this. Me? Make a mistake? Why did I order a supply stuff in your room? If only I hadn't done it.
It seems we finally arrived at the truth. Akro. Yes, Your Honor. Did you kill the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry? Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime. Akro. All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him.
That's why he was still several years older than her!
That's why he'd tease her. One day, my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard, she couldn't help herself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way. And that's why she covered the scuff with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. But I still wanted her dead, because I'm a fucking psychopath. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times, too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. She said it was just a prank for her. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never, ever being able to understand her.
Also murder. Also murder. Also that one.
Your brother became a star. Regina believes in that so purely that she would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently.
Oh! Oh, so you also hate her because she was brought up in an abusive environment where she doesn't understand the world around her. Oh, you also hate her for that. Oh, you're just evil. Oh, you're actually just a piece of shit. Oh, actually, fuck you. Actually, fuck you. Oh, you're a scumbag. Oh, fuck you. Fucking hang. Fucking hang. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. That's when you decided to do something about Regina. How delightful. Are they trying to make me feel sympathy for this piece of shit? Are they actually trying to get me to feel sympathetic for this scumfuck prick? Do they actually want me to feel sympathy for this piece of shit? This case fucking sucks, bro. This case is so fucking bad. I'm so fucking done. So you were saying that you were a victim in all of this as well? No, that's not what I mean. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. Correct! Correct! You're nothing but a murderer! Correct. Or something towards the guy who got his head bit by a line for gripping on a girl too young. I hate everyone in this case. Every single character in this case is a scumbag piece of shit. Except for Regina. The only person in this case who isn't a piece of shit is Regina, and Regina's the victim in all of this. Regina is the victim in this case by almost every single person around her. Almost every single person surrounding Regina is a horrible fucking person to her, including her father. Mo is somehow the least bad person in this case. I don't think Mo's been a pedophile at any point. And Mo is the only person who seems to want the actual guilty person to suffer consequences for it, and seems to actually want Regina to actually develop as a person. How is Mo the best character in this case? How fucking dare you, video game? How do you make Mo the best character in a case? How dare you? God, I hate this case so much. God, I hate this. At first, I'd kill myself, but upon giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. I just couldn't. Not yet. So that's why I wanted to get away with murdering the person who helped me. Because I tried to kill his daughter, and he got hit instead. You're a piece of shit, Upper. You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. None of your sub-story redeems you in incapacity. You're actually just a piece of shit. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. No, you're not. You're not sorry to Max. You're sorry you got caught, you fucking scumbag. God, I hate you, Akra. I just couldn't up and leave yet. Fuck you, Akra. Get fucked. Fuck off. This has been such a strange case that doesn't justify how awful it is. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself. Fuck you. Fuck you, video game. Fuck off. Fuck right off. Fuck you. I'm an idiot. I can't believe it. You beat me. Again. And props to the NO for just doing their best with this case. Did they not do it? Did they literally just not cover it? Because I don't know how you fix this other than just not covering it. This is top to bottom the worst shit. I fucking hate this case. I fucking hate this case. I feel like despite Akro saying, like, Akro admits that he's a scumbag. Akro admits that he's a piece of shit. Akro admits it. But I feel like the game still wants me to feel sympathy for a man who tried to murder a teenager because that teenager was abused and didn't understand the reality of someone dying from a prank that she pulled that went horribly wrong. Who then accidentally killed the daughter's father instead, who is the nicest person in the world to Akro and not his own daughter, and then still tried to blame someone else and get away with it. Does the game want me to feel sympathy for him or not? Because he admits that he shouldn't have any, but I feel like the game wants me to anyways. Which I absolutely don't, because he's a fucking scumbag.
He's a piece of shit. He's an absolute piece of shit. Akro fucking sucks as a human being. Just keep banging the table, Francisco, because you're saving me from having to do it. I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict. Not guilty! Woo! We're fucking done! We're done! We've escaped from this fucking hell! Oh god, it's finally fucking over! Hey, thanks, Doodles. Thanks for the bits. Thanks for the bits. It's finally fucking over! Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so bad. Oh god, it's so bad. Oh god. This is the worst game in the franchise. This is the worst game in the franchise. This case alone makes it the worst game. I don't care. Oh god, it's bad. Oh, it's so bad. It's like aggressively awful. Fabulous! But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this. Ringmaster, Regina, and Dad. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside. Maya, fuck off! Maya, no! Maya, no! Regina's not. The rest of them are. The rest of them are still bad people, Maya. The rest of them are still bad people, including Russell. Maya missed the point entirely. That's a good question. So we're gonna attend a panel about the history of magical anime and realize that Regina's totally a parody of a certain magical girl. I hate so much. That's a good question, and one I don't know the answer to. It's a common sentiment that this is just taint for the whole game. I think no matter how the rest of the game is, this brings it down. This is like Phoenix Wright games don't have many cases in them. There's not many cases. One case being a bit of a dud does bring it down. One case being the worst shit ever? It's just like, okay, yeah, Phoenix Wright 2 might be a great game when you're not in this case, but to get to those cases, you have to go through this, and it fucking sucks. Like, there's no other way to describe it. It's just outright horrendously awful. Like, it's not even a case of it's not as good as the others, or it's a bit annoying. No, it's downright dog shit. Like, it's absolutely terrible, like, top to bottom. It's just entirely awful. It's aggressively bad. Moral of the story is that Circus Ball was ethically bankrupt. Many congrats! But only at max, 1 million of them. Wow. That was almost a funny joke, Mo. That was almost a good pun. That was almost a good pun, Mo. Holy crap. The game did something I thought it couldn't do. It made Mo say a joke that didn't make me groan immediately. Thank you. Because it's better than the Cafe Teary Eye. It's better than Cafe Teary Eye, which doesn't even make sense. Unfortunately, no puns allowed. We're playing Phoenix, right? No puns are allowed. We can't play the game. What's with the vibe in this room? I'm just thinking about Akro and how he very much deserves it because he's a piece of shit scumbag. No, 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 no. You are about people too much, you'll be like this forever and never be happy. And there it is. And there it is. I think Regina finally understands what has happened. I think she finally gets it. She's been like this for a while. It's all my fault. About this case, but she'll never be happy. Like, I genuinely feel bad for Regina. I feel bad for Regina. Like, Regina as a character, she's not a bad person. I don't even know if as a character, like, in terms of how she's used in this case, I don't even think it's necessarily that bad. It's how every other character is around Regina. Regina doesn't do anything bad. She's not even that annoying when you talk to her. Compared to the other people in the circus, I feel like Regina is in, like, the normal ground of how wacky a Phoenix Wright character can get before they get annoying. It's just, by the time you talk to her, you're already annoyed as hell, so that doesn't help. But, like, every single character in this case, except for Mo,
I don't know if Mo does anything pedophilic towards her at any point. I don't think he does, but he may have. But like, every character except for Mo is a horrible fucking person to Regina, including her father. Including her father. I'd like to stress very clearly, her father is also a horrible person. This case tries to make out that Regina is a fantastic, that Russell is a fantastic dude, and he's like just the nicest person ever. Russell's a scumbag. Russell is a piece of shit. He's an abusive father. He's a manipulative piece of shit when it comes to running the circus. He murdered the lion for no reason. Like, Russell is not a good dude. Russell's a piece of shit too. And the game tries to make out that he's a good, he's like the fucking saint, and how could anyone want to kill him? No, Russell's a piece of shit too. Sweetie pie. Bye, Doctor, they're never coming back. No, everyone's gonna split up. Regina. Is it right? Tell me something. What do you want to know, Regina? I don't think you can really keep an animal around after him was a performer. I mean, it's purely an accident. It's purely an accident. Is there something where, like, if the animal kills one person, it's more likely to kill another person, even if it's by accident? Again, I was like, literally just like, it sneezed because of pepper. Don't do that again, and the trick probably won't happen again. Also, possibly don't do the trick in the first place. Also, actually, Russell's a piece of shit anyway, because he was using circus animals in the circus, and we know how that usually goes, so, in terms of how they're treated. So never mind, he's probably a scumbag for that regard anyway. Tucker said something right at the end. I'm just gonna up and leave yet. Does that mean that Akro... Is he gonna try and get his revenge on me? I don't think so. Don't think so. I'm sorry, but I don't think so. He's talking about his brother. He's talking about his brother. He's not gonna do that to you. Are you sure? Are you really sure? I can't believe that. Yup. I don't have any desire for revenge anymore. If that's true, then I want to see some evidence. Huh? I want to know you're not just making that stuff about Akro to want revenge. Do I show Akro? Do I present Bat? Because she could easily take Bat as, yes, it is evidence of revenge. But if Phoenix says he was saying he couldn't leave yet because he couldn't leave his brother. These are the ones we only get one chance. I'm just asking to make sure. I think it's Bat. Bat's profile? Okay, yeah. I figured it would be. I figured it would be. Take that! Take that! You're gonna want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again. But Bat! That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know. I never knew. But now the Akro's been caught. Uh-huh. I know! What? I'll do it! I'll stand next to Bat as long as it takes. Until you open his eyes. Until he can meet Akro again! That's so sweet of you, Regina. Akro will be dead. I'm sorry, Akro. Sorry, Bat. Well, hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind. Does she care about the fact that her dad's dead? Does she care about the fact that her dad's dead? Does she care about her dad being dead? Does she? Did she mention her dad being dead once in that? One breakthrough at a time? She cares more about the person that tried to kill her being sent to prison and the creep trying to groom her being in a coma more than her father being dead. Hey, Max. What is it, Mo? We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry about what happened. So whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contracts.
I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's gonna happen to the circus now?
Oh, that's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? No, he wasn't. He's a piece of shit. Even though he's not here anymore, everyone's sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision.
What is it?
I've decided that I will take over as the new ringmaster. I'll turn the circus into the best circus this world has ever seen.
The best circus the world has ever seen.
Don't laugh.
That's quite the goal.
Yay, I can't wait.
Then I guess that changes things.
Huh?
There's only one thing the best circus in the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means this circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen.
Max.
Let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy?
I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you.
Regina, you can help him out too, aren't you?
I don't know.
Maybe the circus would be better off without me.
What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think that I brought you to the court today? We've got to work together to make the very big circus bigger than it's ever been.
No? Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the very big circus without Regina Berry.
Max.
Nick! It seems like everything is gonna turn out alright here. She still doesn't care about her dad being dead! She still doesn't give a shit! I can't wait to see the best circus the world has ever seen. We'll save you the most fabulous seats.
It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm gonna order special whoopee cushion seats. Oh, 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 oh.
I just hate. You know that thing? Wait, what's happening here?
It's surprise raid. Really paid off, just like you said it once, sir. Got it all figured out, didn't you?
What is happening here? It was just a theory. Parker really was the killer. I thought it was the only way it could end. What is happening here? It's also automatic skipping. What is happening here?
I mean, Mr. Wright.
What is happening? My plane's about to leave. Sakura's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as a... Oh my god, you dramatic gay bitch! Dude! 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 Oh my fucking god! Oh my god! You gay motherfucker! What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Oh my god! Oh my god! Why? Why? Oh my god! Edgeworth! What the fuck, man? What the fuck? Why? Why? What the fuck is wrong with you? Fucking drama queen. Oh my god. Oh my god. This fucking bitch. You bitch. You all-time bitch. Oh my god. Oh my god, Edgeworth. Edgeworth, what the fuck? Ah, oh, Jesus Christ, you are so fucking extra. Oh my god. Did you really think he was dead? Yeah! He wrote a note saying Miles Edgeworth chooses death. Yes! Yes! It wouldn't be the first time.
Is this good enough use to fix this thing? I'll make sure it's fixed for the next one. It wouldn't be the first time this series has killed off a major character. Yeah, I thought he was dead. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. So you saw on him committing suicide, and then nope, he's just a bitch. He's just a gay dramatic bitch. God damn it. I was like I said in the spoiler channel about if I has to understand the monster more than just first game. There's no way she believes it, right? No. The game killed off Maya in its second case. The game killed off Maya in its second case. What? Why would I think he's not dead? He's literally just on fucking vacation. Like, yeah, he could be so easily be dead. I'm like, oh, just because he's well known and popular in the fandom and stuff, it's Capcom. How popular is Virgil? How many games was Virgil in before Devil May Cry 5? How many games was Virgil in? How much screen time did Virgil have? Have Capcom ever stopped whoring out Virgil in everything else since then? No! No! Edgeworth could have easily been the same. Fucking this dude. This dude. This fucking dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I cannot fucking believe you, Edgeworth. Dude, it's been like a year. It's been a year. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? This fucking bitch. This fucking bitch. God damn it, Edgeworth. God damn it! What the fuck, man? What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my god. Oh my god. I do appreciate how many games I've been playing lately that are filled with gay bitches. Video games need more gay bitchy men. That's what we need. That's what we need. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fucking Christ. Fucking Christ, man. What the fuck, Edgeworth? What the fuck? Becky's never a whole year until no one except his co-worker, not his lifelong childhood crush, not his surrogate sister. No. Gumshoe. Gumshoe's the one who knows. And he's been like watching all of... He was watching this case. He's the one who asked Gumshoe to give us the scarf, isn't he? He's the one who asked Gumshoe to give us the scarf. So he's been like watching the details of the case and seeing how it unravels. And because solving this case was so blatantly obvious, person has never leaked any info. Apparently manipulated that surprise rate that the whole case ended up hanging on. Oh my god. Oh my god, Edgeworth, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god. This fucking dude, I swear to god. This fucking man. Well, we've finished, to the other big point, we have finished Turnabout Big Top. What a fucking train wreck this case is. What a fucking train wreck this case is. Oh my god, it's so bad. It's so aggressively awful. Oh my god. I can't get over how bad this case is. I really can't. I can't get over how fucking awful this case is. It's the worst. It's so bad. It's so bad. I hate every character in it, except for Regina. Though, the way Regina... I don't hate Regina as a character or as a person. But having to deal with Regina while everything else sucks so bad is irritating. It is irritating dealing with Regina while everything else sucks so bad. I hate every character that isn't Regina. As a character and as a person. Do I hate Mo as a person? Do I hate Mo as a person? Yeah, probably. I dislike Mo as a person. Mo's not, like, unethical. He's just annoying to be around. But, like, he knows he is, and he doesn't stop. He knows that he's irritating, and he doesn't stop. So I vehemently dislike him as a person. I don't hate him as a person. I hate everyone else as a person, though. Though I do hate Mo as a character. It's just, like, wacky over-the-top characters is part and parcel for Phoenix. Right? Like, we're used to that. Regina is very 80 Magicals Girl coded down to the lolicon pandering. Doesn't help it. It doesn't help it. It doesn't help it. It doesn't help that every character is attracted to her. Because the game never says that the characters being attracted to Regina is a bad thing. The game never says that these characters are bad because of it. Like, I refuse to believe that every character in this case is a giant piece of shit, and that's the intention. Because the game very much leaves you with exactly not that. Like, Maya literally says none of them are bad people, including the murderer. Fucking Mo turns around just talking about how Russell was the best person ever. Regina is waiting for the dude who was grooming her. And stuff like that. Like, the characters aren't horrible scumbag pieces of shit because the game's trying to make a point about how they're all terrible. It's not. It just isn't. It just isn't. If the game was doing that, at some point it would address that fact. Otherwise, in that case, you're doing that sarcasm thing, but you're not making it clear that it's sarcasm, and then you're just presenting it de facto as what you're trying to criticize, but you're presenting it exactly the same without even saying, and it's bad. I'm not saying it's a good excuse, but I think it's the intention was to show how she's cute and innocent, that people are charmed into doing everything for her. Then make her not 16, or make people not romantically interested in her. Actually, the second one, because even if she has that same mentality but she's older, it's still creepy, because it's still people trying to, like, hook up with someone who doesn't understand how the world functions on, like, a core basic level, which is still not great. But, like, just remove the romantic angle, and that would solve one of the major issues of this case. Unfortunately, it wouldn't solve everything else being garbage and piece and just absolutely the fucking worst. It wouldn't solve the rest of it just being fucking god-awful. It doesn't solve everything else just being the fucking worst that it's ever been. Like, outside of the pedophilia, which I can't believe I have to say that, but outside of the pedophilia that is inherent in this case, like, Phoenix Wright games are based around wacky, over-the-top characters. The poor writing can't be fixed? No. Considering how Magical Girls usually 10 years old to have transformation sequence that make them 16. Because it's just, like, wacky characters, sure, whatever. It's just that in this, it's every fucking character. And they're so irritating. The characters are so irritating and obnoxious that no one seems to be taking the case seriously. No one is taking the case seriously. Like, everyone keeps mentioning how Russell is, like, the best dude ever. Everyone loves Russell. Russell is fantastic. He saved everyone's lives. He fucking opened a puppy orphanage that gives out free ice cream and shit like that. Everyone tries to hammer home over and over and over again how Russell is the best person ever, and everyone loves Russell, and no one would have anything against him. And no one seems to fucking care that he's dead. Like, no one takes it seriously. Mo talks about how Russell is so great, and he literally can't help but make jokes while testifying about his fucking murder in the courtroom. Fucking Ben and Trilo are still focused on trying to marry his 16-year-old daughter when he's a whole-ass fucking man and stuff like that. Regina doesn't care, but, you know, it's Regina. Max doesn't seem to give a shit, though Max doesn't give a shit about anyone. It's great that we have to defend someone who's just a piece of shit because Max doesn't care about fucking anyone that isn't himself. And, Akro murdered a man, Huey prays and stuff like that, and it's still just like, but I want to get away with it though. Fuck you. And, like, no one seems to give a shit that Russell is dead. No one seems to fucking care. All of the characters over the top zany shenanigans get in the way of actually addressing the murder that actually took place. The entire first day, you basically don't even get to the actual crime that happens. You really don't. Nothing about how the crime took place or occurred or anything like that actually comes up in that first day. You're arguing with two dipshit fuckheads who are just trying to do a witness testimony about it was him because he was wearing a cloak and a hat and I couldn't see any of his body, but that was the case, so it must have been him. He was wearing the same clothes that obscure your body type and everything, so it must have been him. And it's just like, you don't even get to the actual, like, how the murder or anything took place in, like, any capacity in that entire first day. And then you get to the second day, and you start getting little hints about what has actually happened, and after you get, like, a couple hints, the game just spells it out for you. The game literally just goes, here is how everything happened on a step-by-step basis. Here is literally every single detail, and, like, typically we have an idea of who did it, and some ideas of it. But we also usually get to the courtroom having to still solve some things with some new information that either the prosecution or a witness testimony is going to give us. We usually still have to work out some things once we get into the courtroom. The entire case was solved before we got to the courtroom in this, and it was spelled out explicitly. Almost every single detail of it. And then you get to the courtroom, and, like, how the murder unfolded is just like, Akro was trying to kill a 16-year-old girl because she is, like, abused, basically. Let's be honest. Akro wanted to murder Regina because Regina was abused. We can be honest, that's the reality of the case. That was enough of a reason for Akro to want to murder Regina, because Akro is a piece of shit. But, like, he had hardly any plan to get away with it. Him getting away and being able to pin it on Max was by the most bullshit happenstance. And again, things being absurd, things being ridiculous is already a thing in Phoenix Wright. And sometimes those moments are exciting. The issue is that when it's the entire case and everything is irritating, anything that may have been cool or wacky or ridiculous or fun to see in another case just becomes another shit on top of the dingling-berry fucking pie that is this case, that I just have to say, fuck you, video game. Fuck you. Akro had, like, no plan to get away with the murder other than hide the murder weapon, and all of his planning around it happened to fall into place because fucking Barry decided to wear the cloak for, like, the flimsiest reason. Fucking the hat happened to fall onto it. Fucking Trilo happened to want to marry Regina and was waiting at the front. Mo was in his room and heard it and happened to see a man flying away. And it's just like, he had no plan to get away with it, but once he found an excuse, he tried so fucking hard to get away with it, despite how much of a piece of shit he is, and realizing that he killed the wrong person. And then it's just the game constantly going, wow, isn't this ridiculous? Isn't this wild? Isn't this so nonsensical that no one can believe it? And yeah, you're right, because it's dumb and stupid and bad. And God, I hate this case. Because they got to 5/5 of the way through the investigation and realized they didn't give you nearly enough evidence to make it feasible to figure out the nonsense fucking murder. So there's piled a bunch of explanations onto you. It's horrible. It's horrible. This case fucking sucks. It's bad. It's like, it's not even bad. It's horrible. Like, it's outright awful. It's not even it's not a case of you either find the nonsense hilarious or you just find it tedious. The thing is just like, it's everything. If some of the nonsense, if the nonsense was spanned out a bit more, if the nonsense wasn't surrounded by the most irritating characters that you could possibly handle, if the nonsense wasn't just every single fucking step that you take, Like, we cross-examined a parrot, and that was hilarious, and I loved it. When we cross-examined a parrot. The problem is that cross-examining the parrot had some level of build-up. It had some level of build-up. We saw the parrot repeating lines. We saw the parrot in the room with the killer and stuff like that. We saw some things, and then, like, Von Karma sets it up, and then you capitalize on it, and then it turns out that he planned for it as well and stuff like that. Like, cross-examining the parrot is ridiculous, but it has some level of build-up. The issue in this case is also because of the issue of the murder isn't fun to solve because the game tells you how to do it. You go from, okay, a dude is dead and seems like someone went up to him and how did he get away from the crime scene, to here is the entire bullshit of how it went down all at once without anything building up to it. Like, you don't even see the bust until you see the bust on day 2. Day 2 starts with the bust. Or investigation 2. I don't know how many days it is. The day 2 starts with the bust, and you go, oh, okay, that's ridiculous. And then it tells you everything else about it just lays it out plainly. Like, there's no build-up, there's no anticipation, there's no subverting expectations, there's no payoff for something earlier that pays off in a funny way, but it had some level of build-up. It's just nothing. It's nothing. It's just, here's annoying characters, and immediately afterwards, here is the most nonsensical murder that you've seen so far. With, like, no build-up or anything. And it's just, okay. So covered that is all uphill from here. There's no bad case there, but there's the absolute depths. I don't see how it could get worse from this. Incredibly unlikable characters, incredibly absurd serious events, truth that is spelled out for you, and the coding of a creepy young romance on top. Yeah, I hate it. I'm intending to try and completely rewrite this case and make it bearable, but it's not easy. Is it even possible? Is it even possible? As a casual watcher, I was very entertained, but I can understand not enjoying playing through it. I mean, at least, that's the thing. For all of you watching this, you get to see me be exasperated by how fucking awful this entire case is. You get to see me be exasperated at the fucking nonsense that's happening. I just have to deal with it. I just have to live with it. Oh, God. Oh, God, fuck this. I mean, I guess we have to play through it ourselves once upon a time. It's Schadenfreude. Literally, yeah. Literally Schadenfreude, yeah. Yeah, that's literally what it is. Oh, God, I hate this. God, I hate this. It's so bad. It's so bad. People want me. People want me. But fucking nothing could prepare me. I hate it. I hate it so much. I just hate it. I hate it. There's no other word for it. I fucking hate it. I may not get to the point of hate if it wasn't for the pedophilia. If it wasn't for the pedophilia, I probably wouldn't hate this case. I would probably just dislike it. But the pedophilia is definitely the thing that pushes it from dislike to hate. That's the breaking point where it goes from that. Dear fucking God. Anyway, next time we begin the end of the game. I did say that the name of the trial was Farewell My Turnabout. I didn't look past and see the intent, product of its time and culture. Nah, fuck that. Remember one, change anime, it was that they had Max discussing with the Ringmaster about raising other performers' salary to motivate them to improve and not his own salary. You have to make the person that you're defending, at least in some capacity, a redeemable person. If you want the case to be interesting. I mean, you can just have a case where... Final bits for disaster, okay? Thank you, Doodles. Thank you, Doodles. Is that much how inappropriate it is? It's just fucking disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. Thing is, like, I could understand the idea. I can understand the idea of... Like, with Max specifically. I can understand the idea of... You have someone you're trying to defend who's a horrible person. Like, the person you're defending is a piece of shit. And you do not like him. And he's an insufferable scumbag. But, if he's innocent, he still shouldn't be charged with a crime that he didn't commit. Even if he's a horrible person, you're a defense attorney. If this dude didn't do it, he shouldn't be punished because he's a horrible person. I can understand that. I can understand that mentality because there's been a number of people that... Phoenix is defending that are, like, very sympathetic. Like, you're defending... Well, to be fair, in 2 of them, you're defending Maya. To be fair, in 2 of them, you're defending Maya. So, like, she didn't do it, and she's a nice person. In 1 of them, you're defending Edgeworth, which I guess in that case, when you're defending Edgeworth, it's a case of, he's not been nice to you the whole game, but also, he didn't do it. So, Edgeworth, kind of, but also he's your childhood friend. You defend Larry! Larry's annoying, but he's your friend. Like, and like, the case outside of all of that, where you're defending someone, you're defending Lana, who isn't super nice to you, but she's not a bad person. Other than the fact that she did help cover up a murder. But like, when you're talking to Lana, you're not just like, oh, fuck Lana, I hate her. When you talk to Still Samurai Dude, whose name I now forget, you're not like, oh, I hate him, or anything like that. I could understand the value in defending someone who you hate. Because you're not casting a character judgment on the person you're defending. Will Powers, that's the one. I could understand the idea of defending a person that you hate. Make Max be a piece of shit. Maybe not a pedophile, but like, make Max a piece of shit. But he didn't do it, so he still shouldn't be charged with murder. I can understand that, and I'm fine with that. Max being a repentant, piece of shit, other than the pedophilia part, like, okay. He's a scumbag, but he's not guilty of murder, so he shouldn't go to prison for it. I get the idea behind that. But again, when every other character in the case is an infuriating insufferable scumbag. Or just infuriatingly insufferable, like Mo. Oh, God. Anyway, I'm gonna stop ranting about this, because I would like some peace of mind for me. And then he can get better near the end. Yeah, like, he accepts that, oh, everyone wants to pin the murder on me because I'm a horrible person. I should do something about that. That's fine. Only but I sure didn't miss much with this case. Angelo, I finished the case like 20 minutes ago, and I've been yelling about how horrible it is for a while. I've just been yelling about how much I hate it the entire time. Don't go back and watch the VOD. This case doesn't deserve it. I am so sorry to everyone who watched this. And I'm mostly sorry to myself having to play it. Shu Takumi, stop writing while drunk. You're a fucking hack when you're writing drunk. I'm sorry. There's no other way to say it. There's 5 of the 20 minutes of ranting. We're yelling about Edgeworth said being a dramatic gay bitch. That's true. Like, I'm sorry. Like, Shu Takumi, the first game is pretty awesome. Ghost Trick Fan Detective is one of my favorite games of all time now. When you're drinking, you're a fucking hack. Don't do it. Like, I'm sorry, but there's no other way to describe this trial. It's written by a hack. And by that, I mean, Shu Takumi was drunk. I think I'm being honest about something you don't like as straight up badly written. It is. It's straight up badly written. It's horribly written, and it's just straight up bad. It's just straight up bad. And I have to be honest about that. And if it's written like that because he was drunk, stop drinking while you write. Because you can't do it. That is not a skill that you have. You are not Hemingway. you are not that. So, try not to do that in the future, please. Anyway, I'm out of here. So there's even good writers flop, unfortunately. Do they flop this hard, though? Do they flop as hard as this case does, though? This is some of the worst shit that I've seen in a good hot minute. Anime did that change to make Max more likable since you want the other performers to actually improve and not just keep doing the same things they always do. I mean, to be fair, like, Mo as a performer is terrible, and they've already said that, because he hasn't made anyone laugh in like a decade. Yet he still tries, laughs at his own jokes. Anyway, I'm out of here. Next time, it can't possibly get worse than this. Thank fucking God. Thank fucking God. The next case will not be Turnabout Big Top. And that alone is going to make me immediately have an orgasm at the start of the video. And I'm looking forward to it. So until then, this is version 2, signing out.